Welcome to another demonstration video from teachingorchestra.com. Today we're going to go over a specific type of tuning where we get our students to hear the change in their sound. So the first thing we're going to talk about are tuning the open strings. Now when we tune the class, and there's a million different ways to tune your orchestra, but when you're tuning the class, if you're going to tune them individually, it's important that the entire class is engaged. Each student has 4 strings, or they should, maybe some a bit more and some a bit less, but 4 is pretty standard for our instruments. And they have 4 opportunities to tune their open strings. But if they're listening and they're engaged during the tuning process, well then we multiply that by the number of students who are actively tuning in the class. So in this case scenario, we have 5 people who are tuning their instruments, and we're going to have 4 strings, so that's going to be 20 opportunities to listen and hear the change. This process takes a while. It takes time to learn, and it takes months for the ear to develop, and so we just try to get a little bit better at hearing every single day, and to do that we're engaged in the process and we're going to tune. Okay, so we're just going to try this right now. I'm going to have everybody play open B and try to tune yourselves. There you go. I would prefer, if you're using a drone, or if you're using a chromatic tuner, whatever you're doing, at some point students need to be able to hear the change, whether they're too low, too high, or just right. So we're going to go down the row and tune everybody's D individually, and everybody else is going to be engaged and listening. They're going to say, are we too high? Are we too low? Are we just right? So we'll start with Maggie over here. What do you think? Okay, just right, or is it too high? We gotta be square with our communication, because we're like, yeah, it's good, or does this mean too high? So again, too high, too low, or just right. All right, MJ? I think it's right. I hear it a little bit low, so come up just a touch. Now, do you hear the difference in change in pitch from before? Okay, good. You hear it as a little low?
It needs to be low.
Oh, so it's too high. Okay. So low. A little bit up. Good. Okay. What do you think? Yeah, we hear it as too high, so. Good. Also too high, right? So we're going to lower it. Let's hear all these together and see if they match up. Okay, so because we're in the lab here and we don't have our drone right now, there's no comparison pitch. And it's important that we have some sort of pitch to compare to so we can hear the pitch coming into place. We can do it this way. We can also do the same process with fingered notes. Okay, so everybody play E on the D string. Okay, so we can hear some variances in pitch, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick one of them that we hope is in tune, and we're going to tune all of the rest to our reference. So I'm going to have Ethan here, and we're going to get him in tune. Play E. Good, Ben's going to match. Now again, they're still engaged. Is it too high? Is it too low? Or is it just right? I hear some variances in the pitch. There we go. Now it's even out. Don't move with it. Hey, remember, you're what we're tuning to, so don't move. Okay. Everybody's still engaged. Everybody's still engaged. Okay, so MJ did some good adjusting. What if she didn't adjust? What if she stayed flat? And she couldn't quite hear it. We could move MJ's finger up to pitch for her so that she can hear the adjustment under the ear. Okay. All right, good. And in all of these instances, the students are doing the work, or we're doing the work underneath them. We don't take the instrument and tune them because it interferes with their ability to hear the change and their ability to tune it themselves. And that's important. As soon as we can get them to start tuning their instruments on their own, the better it's going to be for ear development, and the better it's going to be for you in the classroom because you're not going to have to take the time to tune the instruments yourself. So when we tune this way, we tune the open strings this way, we tune the first fingers this way. This can take a lot of time, but it's important. The other important key point to understand in this exercise is that we all move and adjust a pitch. This is not a pointillistic thing where we play and then move and then play and then move, because we're never going to hear the change that way. So we need to hear the adjustment up to pitch, or if we're sharp, down to pitch, so that we can cover all of the tiny cents and fractions of cents on the way down or up to where the tuning needs to be. So this is how we get our students to hear the change in pitch.